Motorsport. So yeah, a lot of guys have been asking me about the fuel rail on this side and the elbow, and how to. Some guys are saying that they don't clear. I mean, you can see this here. It's put on. What I tell you guys most of the time to do is to leave this loose. You do have about an 1/8 or maybe a 1/4 of an inch there. You can see it right there. So just a supplement in your video. You see how it's sitting on there for now. I haven't tightened it down. Once you tighten it down, yeah, it'll come lower, a little bit lower on the injector. They sit quite well. All you have to do is to make sure that the injectors are seated right. And when you tighten these two nuts down, you're going to be just fine. There's no reason to do fuel rails. Some guys are saying, oh, I want to put fuel rails on. You don't need them. They work. This works. It's no problem. You can clearance this too. There's a lot of thickness here inside the elbow. If you want to clearance it, you can. But I mean, you're going to have some imperfections as far as the castings are concerned. It happens that you have some issues, but I mean, I have this on right now, and there's no issue at all. At least how I check them before I send them. And there's no issue there. All you got to do is leave it loose, connect your hose, your feed hose before you put the nuts in. It'll probably go in it'll probably go in after also. But I mean, you can connect this, leave these loose, you get it on, just wiggle it in, and I mean, shouldn't be an issue. This bolt is supplied, so you have no issue as far as the height of the bolt. And I mean, once you tighten them down, they sit nice. So fuel rails are not an issue. I'm just gonna do it by hand so you guys can see what it looks like. Just the number 10 here. Give me a second. Grab, I should have a number 10 here sitting somewhere. If not, I'll take it from the box. No biggie. Okay, so here's the number 10. And tighten down, there's no issue. Also remember, it's always best to put this stuff on before you put the blower on the motor. Also, this hose here, remember my other supplementary video? Take it off the firewall here, and make sure off the firewall you come and you put it on first, and take that inch off and you have it ready. So when you put it down, there's just one clamp to do. Other guys forget to do that first, and then they put it on, they gotta take the blower off. It's a pain to get to this as soon as you have the coil packs and stuff in. Also, here the fittings, some guys are telling me, oh, they're touching the firewall. Shouldn't touch the firewall. If you do it like I tell you, and you lift the motor, take the two nuts off of the engine underneath to hold the motor mounts, and then you put all that on, and you lift the motor a little bit off from the bottom before you put the blower down, and there's a harness that's here. You got to hold that harness up, then you'll be able to put the fittings in, and it'll fit right on, no issue. And when you lower it down, it's going to be a 1/4 inch away. I'll get a fitting so I can show you the distance. It says we're packing more blowers, got more Ford Racing stuff, so you can see the fittings. Make sure they're all the way in and tight, and you should not have an issue on the firewall. So I'm just giving you a supplementary video so you guys can see it. And you just got to angle them, because you see the firewall will do this. It kind of does like that inward. So just angle them a little bit downwards, and you should be fine. You should be about a 1/4 inch right off the firewall when you put it down. Some guys are changing these fittings. You don't need to. Just do it like this. It's no problem. It's going to touch here, yeah, but there's no danger there. It's going to flex with the engine, so there's no problem there. As long as these are tightened down, your injectors will maybe sit at an angle. I don't see them at an angle right now. I'll just tighten this down so you guys can see it first. Let me just tighten it down. I'm still cleaning this blower up. It still needs to remove some of the silicone and stuff that's on there. Let me just tighten this down so you guys can see it. That's all there is to it. I mean, they look pretty straight to me. I don't really think there's an issue there. I mean, the guys are saying, I have an issue. Like, yeah, if you do it, listen, because if you don't do it, like I'm telling you, you're going to have an issue. So, I mean, just make sure you put everything on there before you put it on the car. I mean, I even put the freaking coil packs in. I put the coil packs in, and I just have another guy help me when I put the car down, when I put the blower on the motor, and everything sits. And it just goes in one shot. So, I mean, this is solid. It's fine. I haven't tightened this one 100%, but I mean, that's not going to make an issue. But straight as hell, man. I don't see what the problem is. The guys are having issues. I don't see what the issue is. So, could be a little bit of the casting is different underneath. If it is, worst case, clearance it a little. You'll be fine.